Hello and welcome to another free preview video. I'm Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet, and we're playing in the Theros Early Access event, all courtesy of Wizards of the Coast, a free preview. So there'll be less swears today, maybe more dolphin noises. This video, I'm playing something I just threw together myself. I'm trying to play as much value as possible, so I'm playing all the value-centric cards from the new set. Let's go into it. This is Bant Value Town. The first caveat is I really don't know if Gilded Goose belongs in this deck, because we don't have any other food production, which doesn't make the goose bad, we know this, but I kind of want to accelerate, but I don't know if it's good enough. We'll soon find out, I guess. The new cards. We're playing Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, because the card's really damn good. At 3 mana, it is a growth spiral that also gains you 3 life, but later on has a flashback cost of green, green, blue, blue, exile 5 of the cards from your graveyard. Here's a 6/6 creature that you get to attack with, and when it attacks, much like the Titans of old, it also triggers and puts a land into play, draws a card, gains life. It's really cool that they've gone back to the Titans of Greek mythology. I think gone back, I didn't have them before, but they've done the Titans of Greek mythology in Theros block, but they're also referencing back to the Titans of M11 and M12 with Inferno and Sun and Grave Titan, but both the Titans in this set ETB and do something, and attack and do something. That is kind of now part of what these giants do. It's kind of thematic for back to their own Titans, as well as being a thing where they're trapped in the underworld, or trapped, much like the Titans of Greek mythology. I think flavorful-wise, it's an absolute slam dunk, and this card's going to be very, very powerful. Very, very good. The value is huge, the early game play is good, the late game play is very good. Escape is marking up to be pretty good, similar to Delve in many respects. So that's Uro. The next value card in the deck is Thassa Champion, a 3 mana 1/3 human warrior that's basically what we call in the Magic gig an Enchantress. If you don't know what Enchantress is, it's referencing Argovian Enchantress and other similar Enchantress cards, Enchantress Blessing and Messer Enchantress and all that jazz. Whenever an enchantment is about from under your control, well, you put a +1/+1 counter on Thassa Champion and you draw a card. So there's 2 things here. 1, she becomes a very big, powerful threat, and 2, she draws you cards and gets you card advantage. Pretty strong. So our deck is actually heavy on enchantments. The exact number? Does it tell me here? Does it tell me here? Does it tell me here anywhere? No, I'm not going to count right now. But we've got a lot of enchantments. And third, that's 4 value engines. That's the second value engine. The third value engine is Thassa Deep Dwelling. So Deep Dwelling Thassa is a 4 mana 6/5 indestructible god that needs a devotion to blue equaling 5 to be empowered. And then, at the end of your turn, she flickers a creature you control, returning it to the battlefield immediately, and she has an activability of 3 mana tap another creature. So, she's a blue Conjurer's Closet. She's also taps down creatures. She's also a 6/5 threat at times as well. Now, flickering Uro is bad because you get the ETB trigger of having to sacrifice it again if it hasn't been escaped. But flickering any other enchantment creature with Thassa Champion in play, although I end up cutting all the enchantment creatures, I just realised. Interesting. Or if you flicker Night of Autumn for the TTP effect again, flicker Risen Reef for the TTP effect again, flicker Goose to get a food, flicker Archon of Sun's Grace, that's bad actually, flicker Cavalier of Dawn to beast another permanent, flicker Tristani to reset her and make 2 more 1/1s again. Thassa creates value. And then last but not least, we have Enigmatic Incarnation. This card, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with a converted mana cost of 1. Plus the sacrifice enchantments convert mana cost and put them at the battlefield and shuffle your library. It birthing pods enchantments into creatures at each end of the turn. Interesting thing is, it's not like Vanifer, where you have to tap it, so it's a summon sickness if it's a creature. It's an enchantment, so it's actually quite a durable permanent compared to a creature. And there's no activated cost, so it happens at end of turn, bearing in mind, not upkeep, at end of turn. So the turn you play it, you get value out of it. And then we're playing Urban Utopias, like, cantripping enchantments that obviously replace themselves and then get netted up into decent 3 CMC creatures like Risen Reef, Night of Autumn, Thassa Champion, or Uro. Or we can jump our Lane of Abundances, or even our Thassas in a pinch into Tristanis and Cavalier of Dawns. Or we can jump our first of our own games when it's later down the line, it's not doing too well, into Archon of Sun's Grace, which in itself is a value engine with the Constellation. It's kind of like a banned enchantment deck with a bit of a creature toolbox going on. I'm basically just trying to outvalue my opponents. I think we're going to die to something incredibly fast, like Mono Red or Mono White. Or we might just get rafted to oblivion. I'm also thinking, because we're playing like some copies of Lane of Abundance, which is something I took from other versions of this deck that people have been talking about online. I think Lane of Abundance is probably better in a deck where you've got like 3 to 4 Leafkin Druid and 3 to 4 Paradise Druid or Incubation Druid. plus the Gilded Gooses perhaps. So I think I'm all over the place. I think I'm a big mana deck, plus a value engine deck, plus a creature go wide deck, and I don't necessarily know if that's correct. If you enjoy this video though, hit the like button down below, let me know what you think about the deck. Tell me, Vince, you need to focus on one thing, or Vince, you're really handsome. But with all that out of the way, big shout out to Wizards of the Coast again. Big shout out to Wizards of the Coast again. If I sound ill, it's because I am. And let's play some Magic. Okay, we're against Canister. Another known name. So I'm going to guess we're going to play against some sort of Esper mid-range. Seems like a lot of the pros are into that right now. I'm going to keep this. I played one game with this deck and found out this doesn't actually ramp us, it only fixes us and draws us a card, which is kind of a We pull tapped, we pass back to our opponent. He plays Temple Garden, or Temple Plenty, sorry, the Scryland. Tops the Scry. Leafkin Druid to ramp ourselves. Probably Season of Growth, whenever creature enters the battlefield, Scry 1, and whenever you cast a spell that targets creature you control, draw a card. So this is going to be some sort of heroic deck, perhaps? We're going to play the first heroic games. Play a tapped Hallowed Fountain. Ah, they're on some sort of Enchantress deck as well. Interesting. We drew Gilded Goose, so we're going to put some counters on this soldier here. We're going to crack our Fabled Passage, grab a Forest, and just play a Tristani. Attack with our 5/5. Not too bad. We get to draw 2 extra cards next turn if they don't kill our Aroran Games. They play a spell that protects their Cetacean Champion and scry 1. Scrying to the top. And they draw a card because it's an enchantment. Seems good. All that glitters goes on the Cetacean Champion. Jeez, if they get that flying, that's going to get scary. They did not attack into our life linkers, interestingly. We draw 2 cards off of our first heroic games. We play a Fabled Passage. We're going to crack it now to thin our deck and reduce the chance of drawing more lands as we draw more cards this turn. We've got a lot of options, but none of them get through this. I guess we want to try and dig for our ways to blow up enchantments, which is our Night of Autumn, which we can flicker with our Thassa. So we're going to play Uro. We drew Cetacean Champion, which is pretty good, so we can play it next turn. We play Thassa this turn with a double mana for Leafkin Druid. We can't attack into the 6/8, so it's in no attacks. And then at end of turn, we're going to flicker our Tristani and make 2 more bodies. We've got to bear in mind that this Alseid, if they have 2 of those, you can give pro-green, pro-white, and then we cannot block the Cetacean Champion. So they might actually end up hitting us for a whole bunch in one turn, like an Alpha Strike. We play Transcendent Envoy, which is a new Theros card that makes all our spells cost 1 less and has flying. We now have an 8/10 Cetacean Champion. Angelic Gift gives it flying. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. On the upside, when they attack, we get to slam in for a whole bunch back. Cetacean Training, drawing 2 more cards. Seems good. They can get in for 13 here, but we crack back for a whole bunch and gain a whole ton of life as well. Oh boy, a second All That Glitters makes it how big? GG, good game. I was not expecting it to be that big in one turn. Okay. Well, there's nothing we could do against that. We didn't play enough interaction, so we got absolutely bodied by this massive Cetacean Champion. And we've got a rematch, apparently, which is very interesting. Was not expecting that. We'll keep this 7. We can go Gilded Goose into a 3-drop, or we can just play... oh, no, we can't! Our Castle of Antris actually comes to play tapped. So we might be playing Urban Utopia. This is a clunky start. We found the breeding pool for turn 3, though, which is good. There you go, Paradise Druid. We untap, and we're going to go pay 2 life, play our own champion, and pass back. At least our Gilded Goose can block flying crazy Cetacean Champions from their side of the board. So there is that. Our opponent has 3 mana here. I guess they're considering whether to play Cetacean Champion or something else. Maybe kill our Cetacean Champion with a Banishing Light or similar. I love the art on this forest, especially in the full art version. Oof. Would you look at that? They lead Starfield Mystic into Paradise Druid. So, we're going to play... I guess first Aroran Games is the best option here for like sheer value. We get to make a body, draw a card. We drew Fabled Passage, which is good. And then we can attack them. They can block here and kill our champion. I think would be okay with that. Double blocking, I would definitely kill the Starfield Mystic first. It nets them 1 mana pool. No, they decided not. I'm cool with that. They untap. They now have access to 5 mana. All their auras cost 1 less. This could be a very good turn for them. Season of Growth first. Sorry, all auras, all enchantments. Even Season of Growth. Angelic Gift goes on to the Paradise Druid. They draw a card. They draw another card. That's the second card. That's pretty good. The number of enchantment effects, or enchantress effects, should I say, for auras is pretty strong. All that glitters? Oof, okay. This is looking dicey. That's a 7/6 now. I'm going to take 7 here and block my goose next turn. We untap. We do draw another land, which is good. We're going to put the counters on our Descent Champion, I guess. Crack both our Fabled Passages. Play a Tristani. Oh, this is Vigilant? Oh, goodness sake. I guess we're just going to get in anyway. If they block, we kill it, which would be great, but I don't think they will. No. Okay. We're definitely blocking with our goose this turn, otherwise we just die. And then we're going to try and crack back at them. As a 3-mana Descent Champion, they now have 2 mana available. That's a black mana they made with Powder Druid. That's some scary stuff. Conclave, Tribunal. Take away our blocker, or take away our champion. Our champion. Okay, so we can't kill them back now. We can take 8. We can take 8. It also means we don't draw 2 cards off of our own games. That was a pretty strong play. We drew the Knight of Autumn, which is what we needed. And then we're going to play the Knight of Autumn. We're going to choose to destroy an artifact or enchantment, but I think we're like swimming against the stream here, boys and girls. We can get rid of the flying and block it forevermore. We can get rid of the glitters. Starfall Mystic grows because of that. That's interesting. We're going to say no attacks, but yeah, we're not in a good spot. They play a second champion, scoring 1. They play a Transcendent Envoy, drawing 2 cards and scoring 1 thanks to the champions. I guess all they're looking for is 1 more flying enchantment. This deck seems pretty solid. That's a 10/8. They cast another enchantment, draw more cards, do more scrying. Their value engine seems significantly better than ours, and this makes me bloody miserable. They attack with a 5/7, a 3/3, an 11/9. Oh no, just the 5/7 and the 11/9. Yes, we're just blocking with our life thinkers at this point and praying we draw a Thassa. And that they don't draw any form of evasion with their multiple enchantresses on board and multiple enchantments in hand, no doubt, that all cost 1 less and also scry and draw cards. This Powder Druid at this point is just a giant boggle. Oh, it had Trample too. I totally missed that. What gave it Trample? Oh, Cetescent Tactics or whatever it's called. Huh. That wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. Well, let's try again and see if we don't get beaten up by a big old Boggles deck with a huge card advantage engine. Woof, that was rough. Okay, we're up against Janion and we have a turn to Midrange Prophecy. So I'm going to keep this. We're going to scry 1 on our first turn. I guess I'm going to put that on top to on our 4th land for our Archon of Sun's Grace and then chain Banishing Light into. I'll put it as Temple of Deceit and passes back after scrying to the top. Let's go Midrange Prophecy. Going to put the Lane of Abundance on the bottom and the Temple Garden on the bottom. We want to draw some actual gas. Thought Erasure is going to take our Archon, which feels kind of brutal. That's not good. We're going to choose a card named Banishing Light because we'll cast 1 of these. And by that I mean we have to cast it next turn, otherwise it doesn't do anything. Oof, that's rough. We can't cast Banishing Light this turn because we're against blue-black control. This is hilarious. Can't even exile our own creature. Now they can just happily kill my 4/4 and I won't get to draw any cards next turn either. The trip to Value Town is going badly, chat! Brazen Borrower to bounce my 4/4. Oh, we get to draw cards anyway because you don't actually have to have a target. So that's nice. It was a sack it to Enigmatic Incarnation, I guess. So, first of all in games does nothing. Midrange Prophecy lets us look at both players' top cards. They got a Thought Evasion, we got a Thassa incoming. Let's play this and have it counted, no doubt. Yep. Like clockwork. Thought Evasion will almost likely take our Enigmatic Incarnation. Yep. Can we resolve this Thassa? That's an interesting point. Let's see. Can we resolve this Thassa? Okay, it does resolve. So it makes all our future creatures better. We just need to draw some of them. Brazen Borrower from our opponent. Let's cast an Uro. If they counter it, I guess it doesn't matter too much because we can still bring it back later. They're going to flash in an Omen of the Sea and scry 2, then draw a card. Gets to gain 3 life, draw a card, and put a land into play. It's a pretty good growth spiral, honestly. And then we're going to banish you like this Brazen Borrower. This might get counted. It did indeed. Agonizing Remorse is going to get rid of our Uro. Oh, that card is good. So good. It blew me out when I was playing the Mono Black deck as well. We drew Fabled Passage. Go with the first of all in games. We're not going to flicker our token. That seems like a bad idea. Thassa is a May, interestingly. They attack us 3, we go 12. And on the end of that turn, we're going to crack our favorite passage. And grab a green source. Draw another land. Play a Hallowed Fountain and go to combat. Instead of dumping the Leyline of Abundance here, I'm going to keep the tap down for Thassa up. Murderous Rider off 4/4. Guess we're never drawn 2 cards off the first of our in games. Ashok Nightmare Weaver. Oh boy, this is not going well. Well, at least this Leyline of Abundance has been useful here by being able to exile to the Ashok ability. Really? Really? Oh my goodness. So we replay Thassa and pass back to our opponent. Then we get 2/3 with Ashok and attack us for 3. He gets to keep up 7 mana with 2 cards in hand. We make a gold token. We cast Enigmatic Incarnation. Does it resolve? Nope, of course it doesn't. They make another 2/3 with the Ashok. Then they get to attack us and start exiling our library, which is not great. We draw a Temple Garden and we scoop it up. Good game. And we are in against Freakle. This it looks like a keeper. We're going to go to Goose into Thassa Champion, which is pretty good. We'll submit this and put that into play. Sweet. Temple Garden, pay 2 life, make a Goose. We're accelerating at a rate of knots. Go to Goose, sure. We drew another Leyline. We're going to sacrifice this to make a green. ×2. Make a green here. Make it a Thassa Champion. Pass back to our opponent. They say hello. We're going to say hello back. Who says the Magic community isn't civil and friendly, eh? Island from our opponent. Mofok Secret Keeper from our opponent. Self-milling themselves. Putting Mere Trident into the graveyard. And Hydro Crisis into the graveyard. And play a second Goose. We drew another land, which is nice. So we can now go Uro. Again, like draw a card. Find a Goose. Play Fabled Passage out. We can now crack the passage, go find a forest, tap the forest, play a Goose. No attacks from us. So we've got a whole lot of mana, but not a whole lot to do with it. I guess our Leyline of Abundance allows us to like put counters on all our creatures. Also, Leyline of Abundance will draw us a card and grow our Thassa Champion. Mofok Secret Creeper from our opponent again. I assume this is to enable Uro. We actually cast it as a 0/4 at this point, as opposed to the adventure. We drew a champ. I'm going to play the Leyline this turn to draw a Steep and Dry deck. Our Gilded Goose now taps for 3 green, which is nice. We drew another Leyline. Interesting. No attacks from us. That'll make our like Gilded Goose tap for 4 green whenever we sack a food. That's pretty good. They're going to 7-mill themselves again. They failed to hit an Uro. They did hit Drown the Lot, Casualties of War, Assassin's Trophy, and Murderous Rider. They cast Find to bring back Murderous Rider and Hydro Crisis. We find a Hallowed Fountain. We pay it and pay our life. Play a Thassa Champion. Add 3 green to our pool with our Goose. Play another Leyline of Abundance. Grow our team. And still no attacks, because we're just not thick enough. Opponent shocks themselves for a Warded Grave. And they cast a rather big Hydro Crisis, a 4/4 flying Trampler, and draw themselves 2 cards. We drew a Breeding Pool. Pay 2 love to shock it in. We're going to play a Thassa. Draws us 2 cards. Grows our champions. We're going to play an Urban Utopia. Which draws us 3 cards. They're going to attack with our 5/7. Wow, I don't know why they attack with a 4/6, honestly. Because I'm an idiot. End of turn, we're going to flicker our Goose. I've never said this word out loud before. Flicker my Goose. Our opponent plays an Uro. They gain 3 life, draw a card, they can put a land from the hand. They shock themselves with said land. They shock themselves again. I guess they're casting an Uro here. Here comes a 6/6 that gains them 3 more life. Draws them a card and allows them to put a land into play. Uro's pretty good. Uro's pretty good. We attack with a 4/4 flyer in the air. Okay. No blocks. We drew an Enigmatic Incarnation, which is going to be pretty good here. So we're going to make a load of green. 4 green. We're going to play an Urban Utopia, targeting this land. And draw 3 cards. We drew another Thassa. It's kind of silly. I guess we're going to cast another Urban Utopia, I think. Yeah, we are. Draw 3 more cards. Play a Goose. Make a food. tap this goose to make 4 green. Then with that 4 green, we're going to cast an enigmatic incarnation, which draws us 2 more cards. Then with the other green, we're going to play a land for the turn. We have green and pool green here, blue here, and blue here, and we can't cast the Uro. Oh, we have enough cards in our graveyard yet. Okay. Let's cast the Meta My Prophecy then. Let's scry 2 before drawing. Yeah, let's put the Leaf King on the bottom and the Uro into hand. The Leaf King would have been pretty good with the Temple Relay lands, to be honest. Play a Drake. A Drake? A Goose, sorry. Go to combat and attack with both our champions. They block 1 and take 8. Going to 12. End of turn, we're gonna flicker a goose to make another food token. And then we're gonna sack 1 leyline to go and grab a 5-drop. In this case, I guess Cavalier would be pretty good. Let's get Cavalier of Dawn, which then will kill the Titan. They can escape it again, I guess, but it stops it from attacking. They're going to drown in the lock one of my champions after damage for some reason. Hughes comes back, makes some food, we get an end of turn. We just got Island and Plains. What I should have done was play the Fabled Passages to fill out our hand a bit more for the escaping of the Uro. But as you can see there, sometimes you don't have enough things in your graveyard to escape it. They escape the Uro 1 more time. They move to combat. They attack us for 4. We're going to take it. We're going to choose a card name for next turn. Then we're going to play a passage. Crack a passage. Titan comes in. We gain 3 life and draw a card. Put the Fabled Passage into play. Crack the passage now so we don't accidentally draw the last remaining basic land in our deck. Cast a first of Rowan Games. Cast a Risen Reef. Turning Thassa on. Cast another Enigmatic Incarnation, I guess? An attack for a 10-2 and a 6-5, I guess. Yeah, seems good. I'm going to ride on my champion. That makes sense. They block a Golem on the Thassa. That makes sense. Make a food token with a Goose. Then we go to end of turn. So we're going to flicker our Cavalier. We're going to enigmatically reincarnate the Metamized Prophecy. Grabbing a Knight of Autumn. With that, we're going to destroy their food they just made. Then we're going to go ahead and enigmatically reincarnate a Leon of Abundance into a Tristani. And then we're going to bring back the Cavalier of Dawn, which gets a Risen Reef trigger. And we're going to destroy our own Utopia to make a 4-4. Well, it should be a 3-3. We'll take action and put that into play. Cool! Yeah, that was a pretty good turn, if I do say so myself. They attack us with a 6-6 Uro because it triggers, gains and life, draws a card and puts a land into play. We're going to we're going to block with a 7-7 Uro. Uro Wars. We're going to Murderous Rider our 1-4 Tristani so that these 2 cards trade. Okay. And they play their Murderous Rider as a blocker. They play their Goose as a blocker. A fun fact, my friends, our opponents don't have anything in their graveyard because they've played these Uros so much. Okay, we're going to put some counters on our 1-1, I guess. Our Thassa's now offline because of that as well. I guess we need to escape it again. Play a Breeding Pool, pay 2 life. Play an Uro. Getting rid of a load of nonsense from our graveyard. Activate Leon of Abundance. Counters in our whole team. And I guess I just flunge now. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. They said oops. I don't know if it's because they forgot the button themselves or because I've done something wrong. I don't know. We've got to the point where, like, math is for blockers 100%. They do survive. We're going to do some flickering and some shooting. We're going to flicker our Cavalier of Dawn. We're going to sacrifice this thing here. Grabbing a Citizen Champion. We're going to sacrifice this thing here. Grabbing a... Oh, whoops, my bad. We've run out of things to grab. There's only 13 cards left in our library. I guess we'll just upshift this enchantment here into a 3/3. Discard a card. Guess we'll discard this Thassa. We've got to be careful to deck ourselves because we are drawing 3 cards at the beginning of our turn next turn. And we have to draw a card if Uro attacks as well. Is it you may or do you have to? You have to. So we have to be careful. Our opponent escapes an Uro, gains 3 life, draws a card, puts a land into play. Plays the 12/12 Beanstalk Giant. We untap. We draw more cards. We're going to go Banishing Light. Oh, wow. Wow, we're drawing more cards. You have to be careful. Draw another one. Okay. Banishing Light number 2. That one. 7 cards in library. Utopia Sprawl. Utopia, Urban Utopia, I don't know what it's called. Cards, names. 5 cards in library. Can we get our entire library into our hand? Is that a thing we can do? We don't have any abundances anymore, so we actually have very little mana by comparison. Guess we can Uro. No. Let's go... it doesn't matter at this point. I might just be BMing. Unsure. Game alive, put a temple into play, scry 1 at the beginning of combat, because, you know, why not? Okay, I think we got there. We're a slow wind-up deck, but the value is pretty good. We're just softer fast decks and we're softer wraths. That's like 2/3 of the entire metagame. I hope you enjoyed the video of us getting smashed by Boggles and eventually getting to have our cake and eat it. I've been Vince, also known as PleasantKenobi on the internet. If you liked the video, hit the like button, comment down below to let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon button as well. Thanks to Wizards for the free preview, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-ta for now.